There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Monday night, 7:06. You already know what it is. Just a Bit Outside radio show. I am your host, Keisha. And to my far left, as always, my main man in the building, Mark Foster. What it do? What it do? What it do?
Hey, dudes. How's it going?
Hey, holiday weekend, 3-day weekend. Big fun. Big chill.
You got 3 days?
Yeah.
I had to take today off.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you ran off today?
Nope.
All right. Hey, guys, outsiders, as you can see right here next to me, we have a young gentleman here, a super athlete, if you will. My man, my friend. We've known each other for a little while now.
Yeah.
A little something about 10 years. Something like that. Something about that long. Mr. Kayin Walker, what's going on, homie?
I'm doing fine, you know. It's another day, another dollar. You know.
That's what's up. And this gentleman right here is a triathlete, outsiders. Yes, this is not your everyday run-of-the-mill athlete right here. We have a triathlete in the building, and he's going to tell us about his story, his journey, and what's in store for him in the near future. But before we get into all of that, well, how was your weekend?
My week was actually pretty interesting. I actually had probably my last triathlon of the season this past weekend.
Okay.
I still have another race, but this was my last swim, bike, run race of the season, and the rest of the weekend was just kind of just chill.
All right. Okay. Cool deal. I can't wait to talk more about this sport that I'm really. This is one sport that I can't say that I'm an expert on. So I'm very interested, and I know Mark is too. Very excited to talk about everything that you've been doing. But yesterday, outsiders, we had a game go down. Yesterday was Sunday, right? Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday. Ravens were in town taking on the Bengals in the AFC North Division matchup. It was I was kind of surprised, but it was a pretty exciting game.
Right from the start.
Right.
Oh.
Right. And the Bengals, I mean, they're still winless, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And, the funny thing about this game and actually about the Bengals was Mark, I don't know if this thought ever crossed your mind, but, I was thinking for a little while, for a quick minute, that they might be taking the Bengals in the AFC North Division matchup. I thought so. It was I was kind of surprised, but it was a pretty exciting game. Ravens, they probably went
right from the start.
Touchdowns. Right. This is going to be a walk in the park. The Bengals are horrible. And the Bengals, I mean, they're still winless. I mean, they came up putting up a serious fight. Yeah, and the funny thing about this game and actually about the Bengals was Mark, I don't know if this thought ever crossed your mind, but I was thinking for a little while, for a quick minute, town taking on the Bengals in the AFC North Division matchup. I thought so. I was kind of surprised, but it was a pretty exciting game. Ravens,
right from the start.
Right. This is going to be a and the Bengals, they're still winless. They came up putting up a big serious fight. And history. The funny thing about this game and actually about the Bengals was Mark, I don't know if this thought ever crossed your mind, but I was thinking for a little while, town taking on the Bengals in the AFC North Division matchup. I thought so. It was kind of surprised, but it was a pretty exciting game. Ravens,
right from the start.
Right. And the Bengals, they're still winless. The funny thing about this game and actually about the Bengals, how do you feel about the performance so far? I was last year, 6 games. They had the same exact performance. The quarterback, Joe Flacco, out there with them right now. Might stop. So it's kind of feel bad, man. Got a raw deal out there. But, yeah, I mean, Joe Flacco's going to Lamar Jackson going to, how do you feel about Lamar?
Lamar is right there. I think it's in the race. The Ravens, man, like the secondary, they had another injury this week. There's so much that the defense just needs to get right. It's scary. Caliber of opposed to that.
Yeah, I was going to say, next few games, I know one of them is the Patriots. Seahawks, yes. Yes, Seahawks. And, those are very two formidable opponents. Yes, Seahawks struggled a little bit yesterday against the Browns, but, the Browns, you never know what you're going to get. And the Browns, and, of course, doing the Patriots, Tom Brady and Tom Brady. Yeah, I was going to say, next few games, I know one of them is all season. It's business as usual. Seahawks, yes.
They don't have
and, they don't. They very formidable opponents. Yes, the Dolphins are a bad thing. Jets pulled out a pretty decent win yesterday against the Cowboys, though. So, maybe towards the end, we talk about that. But, we're going to give Lamar just a little grade, 8F. So far,
on the season.
Well, they don't. Like, progress thus far, judging from what your expectations were, up to his performance right now.
He's succeeded, I might say, because he's a sophomore season. I'd say right now it's a solid B+. He had those 3 picks a week ago, and he definitely rebounded and showed that he wasn't all that effective. It was doing good. Like I said, he had bad games. He did. Came back.
Progress thus far. Okay. You said you kind of take him seriously when it comes to broke a record yesterday. First game. Did he not break a record the first game? I think he did with the touchdown. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I like to be minus, but I'm gonna up that. I'm gonna raise you just a little bit. I mean, you said B+, right?
B+.
Yeah, I'm still gonna raise you a little bit. So I'm gonna go with the A-. You said, the Ravens are 4-2 last year, same point. This year 4-2, but the wins feel a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like the team, the vibe, everything feels a little different. There's swag there, there's a confidence there. I can at this point in the season, I can confidently say, circumstances, everything was different last year, but I can confidently say this year, the AFC North is in the bag for Baltimore Ravens. I don't necessarily know if we would ever say that with Joe Flacco on center, but the wins feel a little bit different.
You think even if Joe was still the QB,
everything feels a little given the circumstances,
considering Pittsburgh's on their third string quarterback?
Do I think our ending record would be as good? No, circumstances. Because these tight games, Cincinnati is a perfect example. I usually lose to them. Bad. You know what I mean? They have a history of having our number. You know what I mean? This game with Joe Flacco on the field could have gone a lot different. You know what I mean? So, I think that's the big difference. Do I think our ending record Lamar, and I like how they're using because they're not sticking to tight games, formula game in, game out, changing it up a little bit. So it makes it very difficult to prepare for bad skill set. It makes it very difficult to prepare for it. And I'm gonna leave that to our outsiders also. On the feed, if you guys want to get the grade for Lamar and the Ravens up for 6 games, please do, and we'll chop that up. about the show. But what we're going to do right now, we're just going to take a quick little commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to chop it up with the man of the hour right here, Kayin. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside. It makes it very difficult. Skill set makes it very difficult. And I'm going to leave that to our outsiders also. One thing we definitely get great from Lauren Ravens up in 6 games. Please do it. We'll chop that up about the show. But what we're going to do right now, we're just going to take a quick little commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to chop it up with the man of the hour right here, Kayin. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside. It makes it very difficult. And I'm going to leave that to our outsiders also. One thing we definitely get great from Lauren Ravens up in 6 games. Please do it. We'll chop that up about the show. But what we're going to do right now, we're just going to take a quick little commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to chop it up with the man of the hour right here. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Like these ones? Or...
Did you cut the web mic? Did you cut the mic that you were talking about?
Yeah, and it didn't seem to help. But then I just cut the computer's mic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might have done it. Yeah.
Good.
Think so?
Plug it back up.
Okay. Ready we are. Yeah.
Cool.
Tell me when.
Yeah,
and it didn't seem to help. But then I just cut the computer's mic.
Let's do it. All right, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Keisha, in the building. Man Ray Record Studios. As always, thanks to the main man, Mike, behind the glass, engineering that shit. Hey, and if you guys ever need any type of recording, hip-hop music, whatever, podcast, listen, come and holler at Mike. Come and holler at me. Yo, we will put you on. And that's real. All right, now, as I said, man of the hour. You no longer have to wait. My man, Kayin Wilkins, is in the building. And this man is a triathlete. Yo, he is a god amongst men. Watch out, LeBron James. Watch out, Messi. Watch out, who's the hot? Juan Soto. He's pretty hot right now. Yo, we got him in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. Chill.
Okay. All right. So, come on, tell us about you. Like, where you from? Everything. Give us the details.
So, I was born in Albany, New York, but I've been in Baltimore most of my life, and I grew up in Reisterstown, like further down, closer to like, close to like Carroll County.
Okay.
And I was there for a while, then we moved around, then we like went back to California for a while, then we came back, and but I've been in Baltimore like most of my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're here now,
mm-hmm.
and so you're a triathlete. So just tell us exactly what you do.
Okay. So a triathlon involves a swim, a bike, and a run. And it comes in 4 different distances, going from like a sprint distance, which is like half-mile swim, 12-mile bike ride, and a 5K, to an Ironman, which is like a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and then a marathon all the way at the end.
Dig it. That's it. Mark. Now, I've done my little bit of running and whatnot. Now, I can't even, like, running in itself is just like a serious feat. Now, adding 2 other sports on top of that is just absolutely, like, amazing. And honestly, what made you get into this? I mean, like, did you run track in high school? Did you play any other sports when you were younger? I mean, how does one say, all right, this is what I want to do? You know?
Well, actually, I joined a swim team. Like, I've been swimming all my life. I've just been in the water, and I joined a swim team my junior year of high school, and I did that for a little while, but the next year didn't work out, and we didn't have enough people to do it, so then I joined a track team, and I did that, like, the whole year, did cross-country one time, was really good at it, and then my dad, I think he had seen I think it was the 2012 Olympic Games. He was watching the triathlon. It was his first time seeing one of the races, and he saw this really awesome athlete known as Alistair Brownlee, like really excellent triathlete from Great Britain. And he was like, "Kai, you swim and you run and you could do it. You just got to get a bike." And so at that point in time, I was like just finishing up high school, and I did summer track and I loved that. And then like right after that, there was a local swim, like club swim team in my area. And I joined that, and I did that for like a good 3 years. It was pretty tough because at the time I joined, I was 18, and I was put like immediately in like the fastest swim heats, because these are kids who've been swimming since they were like, swimming on a team since they were like 8, and I was competing against these kids. But yeah, I persevered. I did that for a while, and I got a little rinky-dink bike, and I practiced on that, and from there, I met this guy named Dale Stawley. He's my coach at this present moment, and he got me this really nice bike, and he's been training me, and it's been really awesome. And ever since that point, I started traveling out and doing like more races, and it's been pretty dope. A lot of people know me as like that one like pro amateur black triathlete,
right?
And so it's been pretty dope.
So let me ask you this: what was it like for you when you were first getting started? I mean, like first getting out there. Like you said, you started at 18. And you were dealing with a lot of different, athletes that were, I guess, more seasoned and experienced than you were. I mean, I can imagine that can be pretty intimidating for you.
Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking. I think before I did my actual first triathlon, I did like an indoor one that was like no competition. It was just all about endurance. And, that went pretty well, but there was no real competition. It was kind of like for fun. And so when I got to my first actual race, and I had never done like an open bike down a road somewhere, I had never done that. it was really, really quite terrifying. I always have a tendency to get really anxious at races because it's like I'm somewhere between really, really wanting to win and I'm somewhere at the point where I'm like, I really don't want to lose. And so, my first race actually, it went really well. I had the fastest run time and I beat some dude out. I beat some like college coach who's like a really excellent runner. Like I beat him out. I ended off the race with like a 17:05 5K time.
Wow.
Which,
yeah. Mark is like, shit.
Yeah. It was really awesome, and I that was kind of when my coach realized like, oh my God, you should really, really train and like really take it seriously, you know. At the time, I wasn't like a super strong biker. I'm actually still not a super strong biker, but I think I was like, I won my age group, and I think I placed like 22nd, but everybody saw that run time, and they were like, Jesus! And I was kind of flabbergasted myself, so I kind of just kept it rolling from there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, let's talk a bit. So, you're into, you just getting your feet wet and everything. Let's talk a little bit about like your regimen and how you train. First, what's your training like?
Okay. So I tend to do like a whole lot of mixing things together. Like I'll try to do a certain distance swimming and then I'll do a run. Every once in a while I'll isolate a leg. Like today I did a couple mile repeats. I didn't have a whole lot of time, so I did a couple mile repeats. But usually what I'll do is I'll do like, let's say, a 2-mile swim. Then I'll go out and I'll run 3 to 5 miles. Or I'll bike 12 and then run 3 miles. Or bike 24 and run a 10K. Every once in a while I have a really long day where I do like, I'd say like 7 to 13 miles. But that's like here and there. Just for endurance. Like I'm not trying to go all out. I'm trying to just... When I get to those points where I'm going very, very, very long, I try to either just ease out or I try to go under like maybe 6:30 pace, which is like, pretty just like chill. But otherwise, yeah, it's all about doing the legs one after another, so you know what it feels like when you get out of the water or when you get off your bike. You have to do the legs, with each other. You can't be afraid. You mustn't be afraid to do that.
Right. Right. So, what about core? Do you do a lot of core exercises?
I used to do a whole bunch. I'm trying to get back into it because coming off the swim team, I actually had a really, really strong core. Mm-hmm. So I didn't focus on it as much, but now I do. But when I do go hit the gym and hit some weights, I tend to work on like my lats, my shoulders, my triceps, everything I use to like pull the water forward. And then as for my legs, I work on like my calves and my thighs, and, but I try not to do it too excessively.
Dig it. Is there a lot of weightlifting involved?
I try to keep it minimal. I mean, okay, 2 reasons is because like, really, I gotta work on my cardio. I need cardio. I mean, muscle is important, but cardio is like the biggest thing, especially when you're going up distance. And plus, I cannot stand weightlifting, but that's really just me. It's not a bad thing to have in your workouts. Yeah.
So of course you got the I guess like the physical stamina aspect. What about like the nutritional aspect? Do you have like a nutritionist, or is there like a certain regimen you follow with that, or are you like a pizza every Friday kind of guy?
I am not even gonna lie to y'all. I tend to eat a lot of like whatever I want. Well, lately I've been trying to like for a while I went vegetarian and I had really good results. That was like around that time I was going vegetarian and I actually had an injury in my leg and I did this 5K and I like PR'd at 16 I think 53.
PR. It's PR me.
Oh, I got a like personal record. Like I made my best time, and that was super awesome. And I was like, man, eating vegetarian is the stuff. And it's like right after that, I kind of stopped. I was like, okay, no more of that, because I was convinced that I needed the protein. So
protein, yeah, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now I try to stay away from like beef. I've always stayed away from pork. When I was actually being brought up, my parents, they did not allow me and my sister to eat beef or pork. We could only eat like chicken and fish, and that's mainly what we did. So I kind of try to stick to that now. I mean, I've had a bit more beef in my diet as of recently, but
dig it.
I try to stay away from that and like fried chicken. I try to eat more fish now, more vegetables. Honestly, probably after this, I'm gonna probably gonna go get a pizza. It's gonna be a cheese pizza. It's gonna be a cheese pizza. But it's gonna be a pizza, because I love pizza. It's my favorite food. I love pizza.
Oh my god, we can hang out anytime, because that's my shit too. I talk about pizza all the time. Yes.
Pizza's not her thing. She's a pizza connoisseur.
Oh my god. I mean, it has all the, like, it has a dairy, it has a starch, it has a vegetable.
It's the whole shit in one package. I say that all the time. Okay, alright, now I've got to go just a bit outside real fast. Okay. All right, so you like the pizza and everything. What are like 2 or 3 of your favorite pizza spots?
Oh my god, don't do me like this. Okay.
I'm not even ready for the explosion if he's in the place.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. I know there's one spot. There's like Joe Squared. Okay. I went there, and I only went there one time, and I've wanted to go back since then. And I love their pizza, and I think it's like, it's just top tier. Like, no games being played. And then, there's this spot actually right next to my coach's house called Seasons Pizza. Their pizzas are...
Seasons! Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
he knows his shit, yo. He knows his shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Which Seasons is that?
It's the one on, I can't think of the road, but it's like in the Dundalk area.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I suck with navigation, so like knowing roads and stuff.
I think what is that, Eastern Avenue? Is it Eastern
I recognize
Avenue?
that name.
Yeah, it might be Eastern Avenue. That's not too far from my job. I go there quite often.
They have a margarita pizza. That's just
really. Okay, I'm going to try that. One. All right, give me one more. You got one more pizza spot that you like?
You know what? There's one pizza spot that's like near and dear to my heart that like probably almost no one knows.
Oh.
I know there's one spot on Reisterstown that's it's called Pizza Man. There's like 1,000 spots in Baltimore named Pizza Man.
Okay, so I think that's what, Reisterstown and like Old Court?
Yeah,
right by the Giant.
Yeah, they have this cheesy pizza. I have a whole story about that place. I almost got into a fight with my friend because because they took the pizza, and I swear on my life, they were in the back of the kitchen and they wanted us to fight, so they cut the pizza into 7 slices. Who does that? Who cuts the pizza into an odd number? Who does that?
How do you do that? That's crazy.
I don't know.
Right, okay. That's a violation right there.
Oh my god, it got rough. I walked out on him. It's a whole story, but yeah. I love pizza.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so LeBron James has a pizza. Like the white side, here we go. LeBron James has a pizza spot. It's called Blaze. Okay? Yo, Blaze is hitting. If you have not had that yet, you've got to check that shit out, man.
I've had Blaze. My sister put me on, and ever since then, I'm like,
oh,
it's that freaking spot,
okay.
But they closed it down.
I know they closed the joint. They moved. I think it's one out in Towson now. Yes, they closed the one down on Pratt. Yo, I was like so hurt. I think it was last week. I was coming from work or something, and one of my pizza guys got me my pizza. He's like a squeegee boy, and I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? He's like, yo, they closed Blaze, and I'm like, oh my god. I had like, I felt like a little piece of my soul just, jumped out of Stormtrooper. Like, yo, it was crazy. Yo, like, I was literally deflated in my car.
And how many times have you been to Towson since then now?
I haven't. And you know, I'm so hurt. I feel like I'm cheating on the non-existent Pratt Street location if I go to Towson. Like, yo,
It's
I'm
that
so hurt.
spot, yo.
Yo, yes.
It was the spot.
Yes. Okay, all right. Well, let's get back inside.
There was something that you said when talking about the pizza places. You said you were bad at navigation. How does that factor in when you're doing the triathlons?
Oh my. Okay. That's actually that's a whole story in itself. I've had moments where I've actually got lost on course. That's a whole story in itself. But yeah, I've had races where I've actually gone off course. I've gotten DQ'd once for
What race was that?
So there's this race in Delaware at I think it was like it's in Bear, Delaware, at like some Lum's Pond, and basically so I've raced this race and I've worked this race.
Okay.
And so the people who set up these races, now every time they like set up the courses, they try to make sure there's arrows and all this accurate stuff, and they call it Kai proof. Because one time I was running, I was busting my ass. I'm like, oh, I was going hard and deep, and I was going, and there was this spot, and there was supposed to be like a duathlon turnaround, which is like just a run and a bike, and there's a regular race turnaround. And the dudes, they told me to go straight. I swear they told me to go straight. And I was supposed to like go into the forest. I was supposed to take a right instead and like go into the woods and come back out and then go straight, but I just went straight and like two dudes followed me and also got DQ'd. That was pretty funny.
Oh, I know. Were they hot with you? Like, dude, you should have followed me anyway.
Yeah, they were kind of like fair and like they weren't catching me. So I mean, like that was their chance to like back off. But they followed me like maybe they were, but they so they followed me and we all got DQ'd. And they're like, I don't know how you missed that turn, Kai. So now they always talk about being Kai proof, and
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, sometimes like they'll be yelling at me like left, and I'm like right. Okay, left. Okay, good, cool beans. We're good.
So when you do like these different events, are the terrains, do they vary, or are they all pretty like strictly standard, like across the board?
For the most part, it's usually like flat roads, but sometimes it's in the woods, and like sometimes it's very cross country ish.
Okay.
And those are usually, I'd say, the funnest races.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like it's hard to navigate on that terrain, and it's dangerous at that.
Okay.
I mean,
what kind of things do you say it's dangerous? What kind of things can you encounter over there?
Just like if the people don't clean the course properly, or like there usually be like tree branches out, and like the terrain is rocky, and so you might step down and it won't just be like flat ground. You might step down and come down like this.
Right.
And, I've seen like people like twist their ankle and all types of stuff. I just happen to be lucky and have like some really like strong ankles, but like I have a couple friends that got some soft little ankles.
Yeah. I said, dig it.
Yeah.
So, let's talk a little bit about like your equipment. You said, so you do biking a lot. What kind of bikes have you had, and what's your favorite?
So I've only had 3 so far, which technically I have 4.
Okay.
So, all of them given to me except for one.
Nice.
And so, I have my first bike, which is like a little like city, like, BS bike.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of the brand. It was some I think it was like Kent or something like that. Just a little still frame.
And you compete with it?
I never really got the chance to compete with this bike.
Okay.
I was going to, but at the time, like, somebody else gave me a different bike. So my second bike was it's a Giant. It's like a red, old, like, time trial Giant bike. and it's like really light. It was my first aluminum aluminum frame bike, and it's like when you get a bike that light, you just kind of like you like bench press and do all types of stuff with it because it's like super light. And yeah, from there I was using that one and I loved it, and I wanted to like bike through the city with it, but I had my other bikes, so I just used that through the city because I never wanted this bike to get stolen or anything. And I stuck with that for a while, and then eventually I had to change the pedals and get I had to change the pedals to like clip-in pedals so I could get, you know, clip-in shoes. For cycling, they have these shoes, you know, where you kind of step in it and your foot just stays on. It's actually really, really extra dangerous because if you fall and your foot's locked in, I mean, there's just so much risk. Which I've experienced, but
really,
yeah. Oh yeah. The first, the first time you get on your bike and you have to clip in, you know, you have to figure out which side you're good on. And so the first time I was like, I'm gonna get on with my right foot, and then like I would get on with my right foot, but I'm so used to leaning like on my right instead of having it on the pedal that I like fell over like 1,000 times. I've fallen over on hills. A dude in traffic, freaking like he was going forward, and then he just stepped on his brake, and I have the clip-ins, and I'm like, and so it's dangerous because you can't just step off your pedal. But anyway, that was a side topic. But that was close to the time that I did my first Ironman.
Okay.
And at the time, my coach, he had this bike he was trying to sell, like a really, really like good felt bike. It's all black and has aero bars. You guys want a history lesson on?
Yeah, come on, bring
it. Okay. So you have like, I believe 3 different pairs of handlebars. 3, I think there's maybe a 4th one, but I'm not sure what it's called. So you have regular handlebars that go like this.
Uh-huh.
And then you have drop bars, which go like this. And you're supposed to hold them, and what they do, they're more aerodynamic, so you can lean forward like this.
Okay.
And then you have aero bars, which are freaking terrifying, and you're supposed to hold it like this, and sit like this, and be like this, and it hurts your back, and you probably want to scream.
Kind of like resting your elbows.
Yeah. It's so you know, it's so you're more aerodynamic, as the name says.
Dig it.
Yeah, and so that bike was. That bike was like the first like bike I had with aero bars, and I've been using it since. And he swears to God he's gonna sell it, but I use it every time. So, yeah. Those are the 3 main bikes. I did acquire another bike from the same person who gave me my red bike, but it has to be fixed up, so I never use it.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, man, you on a roll. You're doing real good. We're gonna take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk about where he'd like to go and what he's about to, you know, what he's got on his plate coming up. So you guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just a bit outside.
Next week.
Yeah, it is like a little. Oh, okay. I see. Right. Okay, it is like a little. Like feedback because of the
something.
Hopefully, that's good.
I'll figure out the microphones for next week.
Yeah. I mean, I like how we. This is good.
And hopefully, I'll have YouTube integrated too.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear us right now?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
that's what I'm gonna do also. I'm gonna have the show music put into the computer, so that breaks I can just play that and mute the microphone.
Yeah, we're like really glad.
Turn your music back up.
I can't do the music because.
The show.
Right, that's what they don't figure that out. We're like blast, super blast.
No, I got it. I feel it.
It's coming, man.
We've been doing this like 2.5 years, but we had an engineer that did everything for us. So now that we're on our own, we're learning.
Tough.
You know, like we record guys at the studio, they fine tune everything and then they put everything up. You know, we re-release it like through Anchor, so then it goes on Google Podcasts.
Spotify.
YouTube, all that shit. So,
I see.
Yeah, we get a finished product.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, man. I mean, what you're doing is pretty dope, though.
It's tough. It's tougher than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my first. I probably should save this for the stream.
Yeah, I would say save it for the next.
I don't know if this is bad timing.
What?
But you guys have I just seen with this Coke and it's just so
some water.
tempting. You have a Coke?
I don't have a Coke. We got some water.
Yeah, I just stopped at the store on the way in.
That's why I asked you. I was like, man, if you want to drink, let me know. I said beer, which is probably a really wrong thing to say to an athlete. But, yeah, but we do have some water if you want some water.
I mean, it's fine. I can keep going. I got a sweet tooth, so I was like, that Coke looks real nice right now. It looks so good.
You ready to rock, Mark?
Yeah.
Cool, let's bring it back.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. All right, welcome back to Spit Outside. I'm your host Keisha. Got Mark, got Kayin in the building, talking about biking, swimming, running. We doing the damn thing. You know, throwing it up in here. Talking about pizza. Man, this dude is like, he can come anytime. Next time you come, I'm going to have a big, greasy-ass pizza just sitting right here.
Oh,
you
my
know,
God.
after your next race, you're going to come back and tell us about it, and we'll just, eat pizza.
Do it live at the pizza place.
Right, yeah, we go live somewhere.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Hell yeah. So let's get back on track with our interview and everything. Like I said, you guys, we have Kayin Walker in the building. He is a triathlete. Yes. Like I said, he is a god amongst men because I don't know anybody else with the stamina that can do what he does. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And, we were just talking about, you were just about to say offline, you said you didn't, when you first got into this or when you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this for about 3 years, this being my third year, and the first 2 years, I was doing, especially that first race, I was like, oh my God, I did really well, I keep training, I'll do really great, and those first 2 years were really cool years. I started getting more into longer distance races the second year than I did an Ironman, and then this third year, I got the chance to go to nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely a wake up call, and I don't know. It's been really tough since then, because that was really daunting, but at the same time it made me want to work much harder than I had before, and it's made me realize so many things and realize just how difficult it is at the top level, because at amateur levels, it's you can find some fast people, but usually you're not dealing with the fastest people. I do a lot of races through Kinetic Multisport, and I usually place somewhere from top 15 to top 5 overall, and I always win my age group. I've only had maybe twice, maybe 3 times where I didn't win my age group, and usually I got second. And so I had this whole mindset going into this, I'm just gonna keep training, I'm gonna kill it, and this year, all that to say, this year has definitely been a really a learning experience, because there's a lot of really, really scary dudes out there. Oh my God.
There's scary like how?
There's just some dudes that do really unbelievable stuff. There's this friend of mine that I train with that came all the way out from Canada. Actually, he made it onto Team Canada for the triathlon team.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really excellent, really cool dude, Michael. Awesome guy. Awesome dude. And, he's terrifying. I mean, he's so talented, and he's so good. And it's funny, because he looks at me, and he's like, man, you could, just keep going. You're so good. And I'm like, man, Michael, I don't know, man. you're freaking scary. I mean, he recently did Ironman Maryland for the first time. Just to give you guys a perspective now, given I had only 2 months to prepare to do Ironman Maryland.
Right.
But my time was, from what I remember, was like 12 hours and 39 minutes. Yeah, I saw the sun. I saw the sun come up and I saw it go down. So
that's serious.
Oh yeah. It was tough. It was very, very tough. And that was I think that was also like my first time doing a marathon, and that was a hell of a time to do it with like a swim and a bike behind it. And so getting back to the point, Michael just did his first Ironman Maryland. You want to know how fast this dude just did this race? You know how fast this man? And he wasn't even satisfied. He was actually pissed. He did it in 9 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, in 9 hours and I think 38 minutes. And it was somewhere around there. I mean, like, stupid fast. The only thing that he didn't beat me on as far as time was the swim.
Okay.
Everything else, he destroyed the bike. Oh my god. And he did really good with the run. And so, all that to say, like, there's some really crazy athletes out there.
Where is Ironman Maryland? Where is that competition located? Where does that take place?
It's in Cambridge, Maryland.
Okay.
So it's
down close to going towards like the Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So so what competentions or what competitions do you have coming up, or if do you have any competitions?
I actually only have one more race in my season. Usually around now, people start cooling down because it's getting cold outside.
What is the typical triathlete season? When it goes from like when to when?
It goes from May to I'd say April to like October.
April and October. So I mean, there's you could potentially be dealing with some cold weather during those times. Have you ever, competed in colder?
Is that a question? Is that a real question? Okay.
Well, tell me about that, man.
Actually, the past 2 weekends, the past 3 weekends, I was at a triathlon every week in the past 3 weekends. I actually still have, I had to pull my shirt up, stupid tight sleeves, but I was actually at a race last weekend, so I actually have the numbers still on my arm.
Nice.
Yeah. And, that second weekend was the Baltimore Triathlon.
Okay.
It's, the water was about 66 degrees, if I remember right. Yeah, it was a good time, yeah.
So what does it feel? Okay, so, you in this race, and then you hit that water at, I would imagine, full speed. What does that feel like? I mean, does your body, what is it called? Anaphylactic shock? Do you go?
Isn't that for like allergies?
What is it? Anaphylactic? Intergalactic shock?
Intergalactic shock. Yep. That's what it called. I get a lot of intergalactic shock. It's what I do. But
how do you prepare yourself for that, or you just don't? You just do it.
Oh yeah, you just don't. Like, there's the moment right before the race where you think about your whole life and what you're gonna have for dinner, and maybe like that one girl or guy you wanted to talk to, and like maybe the sandwich you had, and then like right past that, you're in race mode, and everything is race and fast and race and go and fast, and so I kind of don't think about it. I also, at the time, I was wearing a wetsuit that was like covering like all of this down to my ankles.
Right.
So that was awesome. But you just don't think about it. I mean, if you're serious and you're in the zone and you want a place, you just go. Like, I was in a wave of dudes, and I just knew I was going to be in front of them, and I was. Mm-hmm. And so I just went, and the thing I had to think about is, like, can I see the buoys? I wear glasses, obviously.
Right.
And so my goggles have prescription in them so that I can see, and they'll fog up. And so, because the water was so cold, and my body was getting so warm, because I'm sitting here just just swimming back, back and forth. So, I couldn't see, and I had to see the buoys, and so I had to like peek up and look, and whole time I'm swimming in 66-degree water.
That shit's crazy.
But you don't think about it because you're in the zone, and that was great because I believe I had the 6th fastest swim at that race.
Really?
I did really well at that race. Yeah, I was 5th overall, so that was a really good race for me. But yeah.
So back to the race that you got coming up.
Ooh, oh man, I'm so excited. So this race is not a triathlon.
Okay.
This is called an aquathlon, or some people say aquathon, or so on and so forth.
Okay, so you gotta tell me what this is, because I'm completely unfamiliar. Mark, have you ever
I've never heard of that. Yeah.
It sounds like something, I don't know.
Okay, so
Aquaman is the first thing that comes to mind for me.
So
it is Latin for water.
Yeah.
I know the aqua it throws everybody off. So, triathlon's the full dinner plate. It's everything. It's swim, bike, run. You have duathlons, which is the bike and the run. Aqua bikes, which is the swim and the bike. And then you have aquathlons, which is just the swim and the run. And I think I said previously, the bike is my weakest leg.
Okay.
Love swimming, can run all day. The bike is my absolute weakest leg. And so this race eliminates my weakest leg. And I've looked at some of the times, and I expect to place extremely high. I expect to place, I want top 3 overall, so bad. I've only gotten top 3 once in my whole entire career doing triathlon. One time. I've had top 5 twice, 3 times. I've had top 10 a couple times. I've had top 20 a couple times, but I've only had top 3 once. So, yeah. And so this race, it's huge to me because it's also my last chance to get on Team USA for, triathlon or, aquathlon, I guess. And so I really want to place, I want to get the America tri-suit, And
I just love how he just casually just dropped Team USA. Let's back. Right. Let's back things up. So you're really reaching. I mean, that's the level that you want to get to. I think that's fantastic. So I mean, how does one go about doing that? You know what I mean? How do you go from I'm doing these competitions to I'm about to just step my game up to the next level. I want to try out for Team USA. I mean, how do you do that?
Well, there's the obvious answer. You have to give yourself to the sport. You have to dedicate yourself. Some days I have hard days. Some days I just have days where I just straight up don't want to do anything. I just have days where I want to give up, or I just don't. I don't really want to stress myself too much. And you have to dedicate yourself, and you have to kind of believe that you can do better. There was a philosophy there's some type of philosophy I heard one time where when you really want to do something and it's you're passionate about it, you are already in a state of claiming that said thing. It is already in the cards. It's already meant to be if you really, 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 really want it. And no matter what you do, what you do, you're working towards that thing. And I just try to keep that in my mind. I'm already a champion. I try to keep that mindset on because some days it's just, of course, doubt sets in, and that makes everything just much harder than it is. Life is already hard enough. I mean, as we all know, life is already really hard, and I'm already going through a lot of other struggles in my life, and so is my family, and so I try to stay positive and just keep training, because I do genuinely love to do it.
So are there trials, qualifiers that you have to do for Team USA? Is there different levels that you have to go through?
There was nationals in Cleveland this year, which I attended, but no dice. I did not make.
Was this your
cut.
First time?
This is my first time at nationals.
Okay.
And
what was that like?
It was simultaneously the best race and the most terrifying and critical race I've ever had in my life.
Really?
I mean, like, I'm so used to being at an amateur level race or a rookie level race where, like, I'm flying past everybody and, you know, I'm by myself, and you get out here and you're dealing with every kid from across the country that has a freaking dream, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they come out and they're amazing. I mean, like, some of these kids are, I mean, like, you know, they really made me realize that I don't work hard enough and I don't want it hard enough. And it was such a beautiful experience because, like I said before, it put me in a place where I realized that I really love this sport and that I really don't want to quit. And I really want to be great. And I really want to have my name there, but I have to work harder because, you know, when it comes to sports, working hard is never enough. And anybody who is great at sports knows working hard is just never really working hard.
What was the camaraderie like up there? I mean, were you able to meet other athletes and connect with other? I mean, you say that there was a lot of competition and that was, you know, a little intimidating. But were you able to, you know, socialize with some of the other athletes and stuff?
Yeah, I got to meet a couple people. I actually had a couple of people that I trained with them. I had Michael came down, and then I had another friend of mine, George, who's trying to go to like Ironman Worlds, like long distance, and there were a couple of really cool local triathletes that I met and some familiar ones. And I actually got to talk to this dude named Justin Lippert. And this dude is the top amateur triathlete in the country right now.
Okay.
He's won a race in every single distance.
Wow.
Yeah. Really, really cool dude, too. He was the coolest guy in the world. And, that was probably a really cool takeaway from that race because I got to, you know, speak with him and talk about, you know, how he trains and, you know, hear what his experiences were. And, you know, I mean, it's like, it was just great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, let me back to the race that you have coming up. And what was the name of that race again?
It's the Miami Man Aquathlon.
Okay. So how long you gonna be down in Miami?
Ooh, good 3 days. You know, I'm looking forward to it, you know.
Yeah, let's go just a bit outside real fast.
Okay.
Are you planning any extracurricular activities while you down there?
Oh, you know.
I ain't talking about no enchiladas or empanadas.
Oh my God. We finna find out. Everything before race, you know, before race, I'm just gonna be like, race.
Right.
Push-ups.
Right.
Running down the street like I'm gonna be getting ready to get in that mindset. But after the race, especially if I do excellent, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out and celebrate. It's my last race of the year. I'm gonna go hard. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out and celebrate. I'm not gonna do too much, you know.
So you going down there solo, or are you going down there with a team?
All by myself.
Oh Lord. So no inhibitions, man. You just gonna let it all hang out?
Yep.
That's what's up, man. Hey, that's what's up. Send me a postcard or something.
I'll let you know.
You got to go live down that joint.
Oh my God. Oh man, you don't even know.
Have you ever been to Miami?
Excited. I've never been to Miami.
I haven't either. I know. It's like one of the places I've never been. I've just never been. Mark, you been to Miami?
I ain't never been to Florida.
Are you serious?
I'm a West Coast guy. Come on.
I know. Okay.
I've never been to Florida.
All right.
I've never been to the whole shebang.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here like 11 years now, but I'm still a West Coast guy.
Alright, that's what's up. So tell me, I mean, you've done all of these different type of races. I mean, you've had quite a journey thus far. What has been your favorite race out of everything you've ever done?
Ooh, that's very, very hard to answer. Because all of them are so memorable in different ways. So, I guess I'd say one of my absolute favorite was this one race. Northeast Triathlon. It had my favorite bike course, and it had my favorite run course, but my favorite triathlon, that's such a tough question. I'm actually struggling to answer that. I know what my favorite course was, but
what's your favorite course?
My favorite course was Northeast. Had one of the most difficult bike courses ever.
Northeast up here in Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, and what part of Northeast? What was it like? Just up in like the Elton.
Oh yeah,
type
just
area. Okay.
Yeah, it's literally like it's literally in just Northeast Maryland, like
okay.
the town. Yeah.
There's a town in Northeast Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, Northeast is Northeast town?
Oh yeah,
There's a town called Northeast Maryland.
Oh shit, man! I'm just how close is that?
It's like Elton and all that.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I always thought Northeast was just like
you
the area.
Right,
you can tell I don't like spend too much time up there. Do you have any other courses around town that you like?
I do have one race that by far was like, I'd say by far was my favorite race, and that was St. Mary's Triathlon. Also, this is also where they held Maryland Regionals, and this race is awesome. I mean, like, it has an awesome swim, it has an awesome bike course, very flat, just a straight oval, and then a good run course. And actually, the first year I did this race, they had jellyfish in the water, so I swam through,
Did you get stung?
Shit. I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, I got stung.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you're in the water, you're racing, you're swimming, you're getting stung, and did you have to do another part after the water?
I mean, yeah.
And you power through that.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you don't think about it like when I was in the water, I was like screaming. Like, I was screaming out loud and I was screaming internally. Oh yeah, the guy that was next to me in the swim, he heard it. He was like, "Are you screaming?" I was like, "Yeah, I was dead. I was screaming in that water. Dead serious." And but another story about persevering through the struggles of triathlon. But that race is by far my favorite. It's just such a perfect race. It's one of the better courses I've been on, and I mean I've had pretty good memories at that course. It's a good course.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Dig it. All right, guys, we're gonna take one more break. When we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up with the Iron Man right here, Kayin Walker. So y'all don't go nowhere. Just a bit outside. Mom's watching.
Yeah, she already told me she's gonna watch. I already knew about her. She's like, "Oh my god, you're doing it!" Because she doesn't want me to do it, and I just suck at communicating because life's been hectic lately. But she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go live streaming." So I was like, yeah, you do that. Yeah.
So when we come back, we'll just wrap things up pretty quickly. We'll do that just a bit outside. Fave 5. So tell us some of your favorite athletes.
I might only name 3 or 4.
That's all good. You just give us what you got, and then we'll talk. We'll get people. Tell people how they can follow you.
Oh yeah, okay. You too.
Welcome back, guys. Just a bit outside. Keisha, Mark, Kayin in the building. And chopping it up, talking about athletes, talking about biking, running, swimming, getting it in. wow, you talked about your awesome journey. You talked about everything that you've been doing, everything that you got on the horizon. And now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the interview, Just a Bit Outside Fave 5, where we give our guests a topic and they give us, their favorites on the topic. And since we have an Ironman, a multi-sport athlete up in the building, I thought it was only fitting, give us a few of your favorite athletes and why you like them or love them.
Okay. So I don't really follow too many athletes. I tend to focus a lot on what I'm doing, but there's a couple that I really do like. I know there's this one there's two excellent distance runners that I think are really amazing. There's Kenenisa Bekele. He's a Kenyan runner.
Mm-hmm.
They're known for being some of the fastest, best runners in the world. I mean, like, excellent people. They run everywhere. And
you hear about that guy that just did the record? The marathon in under 2 hours? I forget his name.
Oh, yeah, that's Eliud Kipchoge?
Yes.
He's awesome, too. I haven't really followed him too much, but he is also an amazing athlete, of course. I mean, he just did under 2 hours in a marathon.
Insane.
Ridiculousness.
Right. But back to your favorite.
Yeah. Kenenisa Bekele, yeah, he holds some ridiculous records. He's just, he's just a great humble distance runner to follow. There's another guy from Ethiopia. I can't quite remember his name, but he retired a while back, but he's also an excellent distance runner. His name is like something with an H. Okay. I feel bad not remembering him, but then there's Mo Farah from Great Britain. Also excellent distance runner. Yes. He's known for finishing a race and going like this.
Yes.
It's kind of like a heart, but it's also an M. I don't know. So those are the people as far as runners. There's also Alistair Brownlee, who I mentioned earlier, which was the guy that my dad saw that, made him come to me for triathlon. And, of course, that dude is my freaking inspiration. I mean, that guy, amazing athlete in himself. He has a brother known as Jonathan Brownlee, and they both compete. And he's since moved to long course.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because, he was an excellent short course athlete, but great guy. And if I can think of one more person, I would have to say this dude that I met recently at Nationals. This freaking Justin Lippard dude. Awesome guy. Great guy, chill dude, and really dedicated to what he does.
Fantastic. Hey, I like it. What you think, Mark?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, listen, and I got to tell you, thank you so much for coming through your busy, hectic schedule, man, to come through and chop it up with us, man, especially to come talk, not just sports, but pizza. That's the highlight of my night. I'm serious. I've been going off of that all night.
Yeah, guy, you can't leave out pizza. Pizza's love.
Now, listen, for all of our outsiders who are watching who may want to follow you or, watch your progress or see what you're up to from time to time, please let us know with your social media. How can people stalk you after the show?
Okay, so I have an Instagram, which is what I'm mainly on now, and my Instagram is King Kai, Kai being Kai _96. That's my main join. I went cold turkey on there for a while, but I'm starting to get back on. Then there's Facebook. I do get on Facebook from time to time, and my Facebook is Kayin Walker. Just my name, flat out, nothing flashy. And then there's my Strava, which is also just Kayin.
Strava. Are you familiar with that, Mark? Man, I think we about to show our age.
Oh my God!
What is Strava?
Okay, so Strava is an app where you post like your workouts and stuff, and you just kind of compete with other people on that app. Yeah. I mean, for my people who are athletic out here and do compete, I go on there. I post my workouts. I just posted my workout today. So, yeah.
Dig it.
I wonder if Kara and her mom that we had on before, I wonder if they're on there too.
I don't know, but I can tell you somebody who probably is. Nikki Connolly. She just actually did she's a bodybuilder that we had on the show a couple months ago. She just did a competition, actually. I'll show you some pictures offline. That shit was insane, boy. Like, yo,
cool.
Another, goddess amongst women. That shit is just insane. Kayin, my man, thank you so much for coming through and chopping it up with us. After you do your competition, man, and down in Miami, you got to come back and let us know all about it. Yo, pizza on me.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
All right, that's what's up, man. Hey, sit tight for a quick second. Hey, Mark, let's go just about outside of the world of triathletes, of gods, and we're just going to go back down on the gridiron. There's a Monday Night Football game tonight. We have... Where are they? God, the Lions at the Packers. Really quickly, the game's just underway. What are you looking for? What kind of outcome? What's the keys, man? What's going on?
I don't know, because, the Lions are the Lions. But the Packers have been so up and down this year.
I feel like everybody is, but...
I think I actually picked the Lions on the pick'em.
Did you really?
I think so. I think I was going for the underdog there.
You got a score for that?
What was it? 13-27, something like that.
13-27. Okay.
Hey, when you're gonna go balls to the wall, might as well just.
Hey, that's what's up. But I'm gonna tell you why just in a quick second. But
what? Oh God.
Yeah. I believe I went with Green Bay on the pick. I mean, Lions Packers. Isn't that a divisional game? So those are always fun games and close games. What I'm really liking the play of Aaron Rodgers right now. He finds a way to get it done. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of like marquee kind of help, but they've been managing the game really well. And I just like what the Packers are doing. The Lions have a few injuries that they've been kind of working through, and Matthew Stafford. I always say that he's just one of the most unfortunate quarterbacks to come through the game. I mean, honestly, man. That guy is just, is very talented, can really sling the rock, throw the ball. And, outside of Calvin Johnson, Megatron, who's been gone for a really long time, like, they've really been struggling to find that offensive identity, I feel like, in the NFC. So, it's just a series of unfortunate events for him. I almost wish he would go to another team. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going with the Packers. I like the score to be, gosh, let's see. I'll give them 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Let's say 2013. All right, and Aaron Rodgers just dropped like a 66-yard bomb, so they're not going to... no, I'm sorry, excuse me. Excuse me, Matthew Stafford just dropped a 66-yard bomb. So they're knocking on the door of Green Bay right now in the first quarter. We're gonna wrap this show up with some of our favorite things come through and the Booty Huff picks of the week. Mark, let's start off with, well, first of all, let's explain that to our guests. We do these things called the come through pick of the week, which is somebody that comes through, either be a team, an organization, an individual, somebody does something good, and then we have our Booty Huff picks of the week, and that's just something bad. So just take a listen and you'll kind of get a feel for for what we mean by that. Mm-hmm. So who's your come through pick of the week?
Come through pick. I think I'm going to go with Sam Darnold.
Really? Okay.
New York Jets.
Oh yes.
Comes back from injury.
Yes.
Jets haven't won a damn game yet, and they put the beat down on the Cowboys. They put the beat down for like 3 quarters. Cowboys did come back.
Yeah.
Very controversial call where a touchdown got called back, and I think the league, the former head of officiating, said it should have the penalty should not have been called. So of course people are going to say, the Cowboys should have won, but final score, Jets won. Sam Darnold did the damn thing and brought him back.
Okay, hey, that's decent. That's decent, and I did not. I chose Dallas to win, and I think about 95% of America did as well, so that was quite surprising, and that's a pretty decent come through. My come through is a little I guess a little bit outside. It is actually the country of Iran. Okay, and this is why I'm going with the country of Iran. Iran women were allowed. They attended their first soccer match in 40
I heard
years.
about that.
You know what I mean? And to me, that is huge because they hadn't been able to. They had been restricted for, I guess, cultural reasons, and that is a huge breakthrough. Soccer is one of the hugest sports in the world. I mean, it's international, goes across all borders, countries, and whatnot, and and it should be enjoyed by all. So I had to tip my hat off to Iran. Welcome to the rest of the world. Welcome to the 21st century, and ladies, you go, girl. Enjoy that. Enjoy those football matches, as they would say over there. All right, so I have so I'm gonna go again because this next one is a come through and a booty huff, all wrapped in one.
How's that work?
Okay. Now, we all know how. Well, everybody might not know, but the St. Louis Cardinals, they just advanced to the division series with a hellified Game 5 against the Atlanta Braves. I mean, these guys scored 10 runs in the first inning. It was over before the damn game even begun. St. Louis was hyped because I guess they were kind of like the underdogs of the series and whatnot, so they advanced to the championship round.
Yeah.
Okay? So, we are on the St. Louis Cardinals. We're all in the locker room. We hype. We popping bottles. We cheering and everything like that. And manager Mike Schilt, okay, real cool guy. And he does an epic, okay? He does an epic speech in the locker room, okay? And this is the come through, okay? And it was so epic that I got this thing here, okay? So, and I quote, now this is Mike Schilt, okay? The Braves wanted to start some shit. We finished the shit, okay? This is what he says in the video. And then he says, and that's how we roll. No one fucks with us ever. Now, I don't give a fuck who we play. And these are not my words. This is Mike Shield's words, okay, Mom? Okay? We're going to fuck them up. We're going to take it right to them the whole fucking way. We're going to kick their fucking ass. Okay? Epic, okay? And this dude was going off, okay? How do we all know about this speech, this epic speech that went on behind closed doors in a locker room? This is where the booty huff comes through. Outfielder Randy, I don't even know how to say this guy's name because he's so insignificant. Randy
Go spicy.
Yeah. Randy Arozarena. Okay, this outfielder. Okay. Now, mind you, this guy made 3 appearances in the whole entire series. Live streamed the speech from the locker room.
Damn.
Right. That shit was all over social media. It went viral. Like, yo, that is something that you do not do. Like, this idiot who is an absolute nobody. Like I said, I can't even pronounce his name. I've never even heard of this guy before. He made 3 appearances in the whole series. Is live streaming his coach's expletive, just, it was just flourished all over the place, all over social media. Of course, he got in trouble. The ding-dang manager had to issue an apology. Like, dude, royally fucked up in my eyes. I mean, is that not crazy?
So wait, are you telling me that there's people in sports that curse? I am shell-shocked here.
No, I mean, we all know, but to actually see that live, I mean, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Who goes live in the locker room? That's a big no-no, you dumbass, and you jerk. Like, seriously, like, oh my God, it was crazy. And like I said, the man had to issue an apology after that. Like, it was nuts. I know they got a serious gag order on this Bama for the championship series. Yo, dude, booty huff.
There you go.
What you got?
Sticking in the NFL, I'm going to go Cleveland Browns. Like, they ripped up the Ravens' ass a couple weeks ago. And they haven't done anything since. I forget who they played that Monday night after it. But then yesterday they went up like what 21-0 on the Seahawks.
Yep.
And I was like, damn. And how they still lose that game?
Yep. Gave it
Let
all
the
up.
Seahawks come back. It
Gave it
was
right
in
up.
Seattle, which I mean, you kind of hope Cleveland beat them because then it gives the Ravens a little look at who the Seahawks really were. I don't like that look at the Seahawks now.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna be ready to roll next week. All right. Well, then there you have it. I got one more. What's up?
Any WTFs?
You got one?
Yeah.
What?
I know you heard about this one.
What's it?
A couple weeks back, it's NCAA basketball time coming up, and they all do their Midnight Madness or late night programs.
This one. Okay.
And they become big events now. So the University of Kansas, who do they have?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Who do they have come to perform for the students and everyone that attends this late night practice session? Snoop Dogg. Now, apparently, beforehand, they decided to put Snoop last, knowing what kind of performer he is. And they told him, it's still a family environment, no cursing, no drug references, no sexy actions. Of course, he's got go-go dancers up on stage with him, sliding down the pole. He's cursing.
I heard there was like some fake money guns.
Yeah, he had a money gun shooting out fake money. So, of course, like
riots and shit.
Kansas is now apologizing for what happened. It's like, you invited Snoop Dogg. Right. What were you expecting?
And I think that's exactly what he said. Is that you bring Snoop Dogg to the show, Snoop Dogg gonna bring the show. And my man ain't hold no punches. I thought that shit was hilarious, though. Of all places, in Kansas.
Right?
That shit was hilarious. I know they were losing it. They were shitting in their drawers. Hey, I got one last kind of like WTF. Yo, China, what the fuck's going on with you in the NBA? I have no idea. But you know what? We're going to save that for our next show in 2 weeks because the NBA is starting on the 22nd, and we got a whole lot to talk about. You guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. My man, Kayin, thank you for coming through.
Yeah.
Love you, baby, man. That shit was awesome. Mark, you know how we end the show? Baltimore, spread love, yo. Hey, China, get your shit together. We out of here. Just a bit outside. Good job, man. And that's a wrap. Hey, man, thank you so much.